Check 1, 2. I just heard an echo there. Check 1, 2. Probably sounds better. No sound. All right. How about that? We start that again? Did you hear all the drum stuff? No? You didn't even hear? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Gonna wait a 20-second delay here, and we'll check 1, 2. Okay. All right. So, hey, Philip, how are you doing this evening there? Hello, Morris Family Farm and Kennels there. We'll get there. Check good. All right. So, welcome to the show here. As I was saying there again, the gremlins got me. They get me every week. I don't know who's sneaking in here and getting their hands on this stuff. So, all right. So, yes. So, Morris Family Farm. We need to learn more about this. Yes. We have a new subscriber here, Morris Family Farm and Kennels. So, we definitely have to check out there. I did check out some of your stuff there. Looks like um, you do some sort of uh, kenneling. So, oh, yeah. My wife just said, "Can we get a dog?" So don't give her any ideas now. So all right. So yeah, let's get this started here. Thank you again for joining us here. You- like I said that you didn't hear me say because there was no sound at first. Was this is the Friday Eve? This is the way to start the weekend off because really Friday is the day you love. What was that song? Loverboy, Loverboy. Everybody's working for the weekend, and all those songs from the '80s. Johnny Paycheck, Take That Job and Shove It. Now I'm going way back in that machine. Johnny Paycheck, man, that's some. I don't know. I grew up in the Northeast, so it was always the on the Z100 station, the Zoo. Always at 5 o'clock. Those are the two songs that they always played at 5 o'clock. Was "Take That Job and Shove It" by Johnny Paycheck and Lover Boys. Everybody's working for a weekend. Speaking of Loverboy, I tell you, very underrated. They're a really hard rocking band, actually. I know they get a lot of flack because you got a lot of good looking guys in the band. What's wrong with that, ladies? Right? There's nothing wrong with that. and they actually had some really rocking songs, especially working for the weekend. So all right, so yeah, so let's say hello to everybody who's checking in here. So yes, good evening, Philip there, Philip there. Philip is my ride or die here on the morning jams and cocktail jams and coffee morning show there. So definitely check those guys out there. Check out our good friend Brad Brock. So Philip is my homeboy there, and Pam too. I don't want to forget about Pam. We hang out when Brad Brock does his morning show there, Jams and Coffee. We'll talk more about him as well. So we want to welcome new to the Drums and Rums alums, or not alums, but Drums and Rums family, right? Drummers or drums. So more, can I just call you Morris? Is that fine? Is that okay if I go just keep it short there? Uh, are you a drummer or a rummer? So yeah, but welcome to the show there. So all right, checking in also is our good buddy Mike Dvorak there. How you doing, Captain? All right, and then there's our super fan there, Siri. Yes, yes, yes. So all right, so we breed several breeds of dogs, and we also have a pig farm. This is interesting. We mean it. We mean it. Definitely gonna have to learn more about this. So, but yes, welcome everybody for having there. So let's get some things started here. Um, and let's pour. Let me know, what are you drinking tonight. Hopefully, if you're able to enjoy a little cocktail tonight, what are you partaking in? So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna grab myself a little glass here. My Florida Rum Society Miami Takeover, and that's gonna be hard to see because that's a clear glass. But I'm gonna try a little bit of coconut cartel. I'll give her some too. So coconut cartel there. It's made here in Florida there. Trying to get them. I'm trying to get them on the podcast there. So hopefully, Danny, if you're watching, come on the podcast there. And guess what? She doesn't have much of a choice since I'm the bartender. She drinks what she's given. Would you like a cube in yours? All right, I'm gonna go neat on mine. All right. The handy dandiness of actually having a fridge in the bar. Best present ever. I know she was a little disappointed that how I reacted to their birthday present, and I think she was mad that I didn't give the same reaction that this she thought she was going to get, and this is what she always has with all my presents. But I told her, I said, you know what? Now I feel like what all wives feel like when they're given an appliance for a birthday gift. It's like, I didn't appreciate it first, but I do actually appreciate it. So to here, thank you, honey. Cheers. All right, it's good. That's what I said. Get rid of the Malibu, switch it with some coconut cartel. We definitely have some good rummers here in the group here. You got any rum questions? I'm gonna let the folks in the chat, because there are some really good rummers in this chat here. If you got any questions about rum, definitely hit up Mike up. Mike's always. I'm very jealous of Mike. Mike lives here also in Florida. Sorry, not to out you, Mike. But he's got makes some amazing cocktails. And Mike, I definitely we have to plan to come up. Hopefully you invite me over, because check out that whole. I know you got an amazing bar. So anyway, so let's see. Let's see who we got here. So, all right. So we're saying hi to everybody. I'm kind of new to the entire concept. I really don't know. Okay, that's all right. Well, hey, this is definitely a our show here. The Drums and Rums podcast is definitely, we try to keep people help people get into the shallow end of the pool when it comes to rum. We don't have to dive headfirst into the deep end and go really technical. And it's the same thing like with the drums guest too. We don't have to dive headfirst into the drum deep end as well and get too technical, but somewhere in the middle, kind of keep the conversation real simple, and you definitely will learn a lot. So stick around, Morris, and we'll get in there. Let's see who else there. All right, mine is a flower to smoke. Okay, that's perfectly fine. All right, staycation, chillaxing with some Bargain Myers, Sazerac. Right. All right, that's way too much for me to read, Mike. Come on. I'll take care of you in the glasses with your own drums and rums laser etch. Oh, hey, there you go. Thank you, Philip. There, we need to talk. Hey, what's going on, Sean? Let's give a shout out to Sean. Hey, welcome, Sean, to the Friday Eve show here. We're sipping on a little coconut cartel, and we're going to go through a few things here tonight. So hopefully, let's get this thing started here with one of our favorite segments that you all love to play. Actually, I'm seeing nobody actually respond to these questions anymore. But here we go. is a segment we call, y'all know what it's called. All right, so this is our What the Florida there. I'm sure you've all probably heard other shows, people, places, and so forth. But again, this was a card game that was put together by Travis Brown, Poddex, and it was supposed to be for podcast questioning, right? But I just kind of went ahead and took it over to it, repurpose it, and actually I call it. It actually is called What the Florida. But here we go. We're gonna ask the question for tonight. Here is what the Florida question. Ooh, this is like perfect timing for this question, actually. What is the scariest sound you could hear in the middle of the night? Ooh. All right, there. She's going to show you the card up close there. In case you have any sound prompts, get it closer. It's an iPhone. Look where the lens is at. There you go. What is the scariest sound you can hear in the middle of the night? All right. Mike, I bet you Mike's is probably like hearing the empty bottle, right? Empty rum bottle. That's Mike's scary sound. All right. So anyway, let's see here. All right. Let's see. I have some strange parking lot exchange. Okay. Hold. All right. So okay. I'm losing. Cat about the upchuck. That's probably a good one. Yes. Oh, kid. No, it says cat. Oh, you said kid. Oh, okay. Anyway, so we're trying to keep things straight, keep things going here. So I can't read, right? Oh, Mike says, yeah, stay longer, not for 5 minutes. Transform rum bottles into Publix. Oh, yes. Oh, there's a rum deal going down in the parking lot of the Publix. So, all right. So, all right. So let's kind of get there. So I know you're all tuning in. You're dying to find out. If you follow us over on Instagram and probably maybe saw the video I posted on the shorts here on YouTube, that we do have an upcoming um, a little project here. We did this 2 years ago. I can't believe this was our first. This is our second. I don't want to say attempt like in a bad way. I attempted and failed, but no, our second run at making vanilla from rum. And 2 years ago, again, if you go back and watch some of the very first stuff I done, whether it's videos, whether it's the podcast, it's kind of like if you go back and listen to Joe Rogan's first podcast too. He didn't know what he was doing, so forth. So it's a really interesting growth to look back on those things. But again, you'll see where I've come from, where I'm at. I don't know what somewhere else along the way, but yeah. So we did our first 2 years ago. We were kind of coming up with again. Remember, this is 2020. We're still in the COVID, and we were coming up with ideas for get presents and Christmas gifts and DIY and whatever. And we did some vanilla, and we had picked 6 different rums at the time, and I think it's about 5 ounces in the little containers. Uh, and the 6 rums that we had used was Papa Pilar's Sherry cask, Tropical Palm 151. So I know Tropical Palm doesn't get a lot of love, because it's a little bit lower end, but it's 151 vanilla rum or vanilla extract, which is probably be careful when baking. Okay. Uh, Code Rum Key Lime. So we got to do have a key lime rum there. So we do like our friends, Johnny Ringo at the Code Rum there. That's the Code Rum. We also have here, based in Florida too, Copper Bottom Silver. So that's just a silver rum. You see that one; it's almost all empty. And 2 other ones there, Rogue Spirits, and they're based out of Oregon. I don't know a whole lot about them, actually. I was gifted a bottle uh, in El Dorado. So those are the 6 rums that we had started with back in 2020. So they're 2-year vintage. Um, and what we're going to do is we're going to do a little reveal here on the 4 new bottles that we're going to do and use for this year's Christmas, end of the year, whatever you want to call it, gifting, um, or our 2022 vanilla rum extract offerings, I guess you want to call it there. So we'll get to that in a second here. But yeah, so just want to make sure I check in the chats here, keep you guys in the loop here. So, kid standing next to you in the bed saying, I don't feel like, yeah. My husband standing over me saying, your mom has fallen in the bathroom. Wake up. I need your help. Ooh, that is actually very scary. Yeah, that is actually very scary. So, I hope if that's actually a true thing here. I hope she's okay. So, oh, is it just melted around it? Just the like a I don't know. She's amused by very simple things, and that's why she married me. There you go. Yes. I actually have the sound effects tonight. So anyway, so yes. So let's get in there. So there's our question there. Post in the chat there what your sounds are, or post it in the Drums and Rums Facebook group there. You know, we're a crazy bunch of group of people over there. So post it over there too. And just the answer, not the question. And so we usually have a little fun for those who aren't tuning in and don't understand. They don't know the inside joke, I guess we should call it, right? So okay, yeah, true story. She was okay. Okay, well, good to hear. All right. So what we had was maybe we'll slow burn this in here. So we'll go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and move the coconut cartel was not one. So again, I put this out to the Instagram and I put it out to social media there for people to chime in. And I tagged a lot of the guests. I tagged all of the guests who have been on the podcast rum makers or distillers. You know, I give them the opportunity. You know, again, I want to support them, and for those of you who actually have all chimed in as well too, who would answer the question, and we did come up with four that we that well that not me, but you all picked actually. So all right, so first up here is local here in also Florida here. They have not been on the podcast, but they've been on the happy hour, and again, they're a definitely a local brand, and this is Jupiter Rum Butterscotch Rum. Okay. And they do have another product too. They have a spiced rum too, but somebody had answered or commented that they threw this one in a hat. The name, or this brand or this type, what would make great for a vanilla extract. So I guess we're gonna have a vanilla extract, a butterscotch vanilla extract. I guess that's what it is. Okay, so there's the first one up. Okay, so there we go. Jupiter rum butterscotch. So, okay, let's see here. All right. So, Mr. Rogers neighborhood, Mr. Rogers rum neighborhood. So welcome to the evening here. So, definitely I'm going to give a quick shout out here to Roger. He's our good friend there over at the Just Drinking YouTube channel. They do reviews. They do, I can't even keep up anymore, Roger. I've been a little bit MIA over the last few weeks because of the hurricane here in Florida. But yeah, so definitely check out, you want some rum reviews, check out Roger and Cole. They do reviews every Wednesday, the show, etc. Whole bunch of stuff. Go follow them. They've been great supporters of us, and we are he's part of what we call our rum posse here. That we reviewers and content and enthusiasts as well. All right, let me just catch up real quick here. Moore says, when a pig is in heat, their mating sounds like an evil squealing. It's scary. I'll record them. Wow, that's some. I think that's what my wife says about me too. Hey, I'll be here all weekend. Don't forget to tip your bartenders and waitresses. All right. So yeah, I'm sure. Well, I tell you, Morris, I have been witness to when they at a farm and they had, I guess, what do they call that? Castrate the little piggy boys, and they throw them over the fence, let their boys hang on this side of the fence, cut, and supposedly they do it. They follow the farmer's almanac to reduce the bleeding, and they put some kerosene on it to stop the bleeding. I don't know. I'm not quite sure what I saw. I think I'm a little bit still traumatized by it, but anyway, yeah. So yeah, nothing wakes you up dead asleep and hearing your cat's hairball attack. Yeah, that's very true. Butterscotch works well in a rum. Oh, there you go. So all right. So it looks like that was a good suggestion there for. So we got our first one out here. So we're gonna come back to our butterscotch, our next one up here on the list here in a second. But who's ready to hear about the Florida man story? So all right. So again, those that have tuned in normally, this is part of the segment here. We're gonna get right into our Florida man story, and here we go. Okay. So you saw the title of tonight's show is called "What Do You Get When You Cross Wearing a Cowboy Hat and a Machete?" And again, it's another machete story. I don't know what is going on here in Florida. I don't know what's going on with machetes. Yeah, there's a sale of machetes because this is another machete story. And again, this is recent. This is not the same story, guys. This is another machete story. I think last one was up in Central Florida. This one is in South Florida. Okay, so that gentleman right there, I'll tell you all about him. A South Florida man is chasing facing 3 felony charges after police accused him of attacking a woman with a machete because she didn't have a crack pipe. That sounds legit, right? Of course, you didn't have a crack pipe, so I'm gonna try to attack you with my machete. Miami-Dade police arrested 45-year-old Roberto Hercules in Hialeah Friday. According to an arrest report, Hercules was completely naked, wearing nothing but painted nails and a cowboy hat when he attacked the victim at Northwest 74th Street and South River Drive in Medley last Tuesday. Medley is just a little suburb outside of the Miami area. Police said the police said the woman was riding her bicycle in the area when Hercules asked her for the pipe. Sorry, somebody's making me laugh. Officers wrote that the attack began after she told him she didn't have a pipe. The woman jumped off her bicycle while Hercules chased after her and continued to strike her with the machete on the head and left arm, police said. Hercules eventually ran off, officers said, and the woman suffered extensive injuries, including a fractured skull, a small brain bleed, a broken arm, and a large laceration on her left hand. That is really scary. I mean, it's probably she's riding her bike, not in a really great neighborhood to begin with, but who's me? Who am I to judge? Okay, so she was hospitalized in stable condition in the intensive care unit at the time of the report. On Friday, police said they found Hercules sleeping in a tent next to a group of businesses on West 10th Court in Hialeah. According to the report, Hercules was once again completely naked and had painted nails. Police also found 2 cowboy hats inside the tent. There's the smoking gun. After police announced their presence, Hercules yelled that he wanted to get shot, but eventually complied, investigators wrote. Police said the victim was able to identify Hercules in a photo lineup from her hospital bed. He faces charges of attempted murder, attempted armed robbery, and aggravated battery with a weapon. That is super scary. That is, no, I know. I mean, well, again, it's. I know we have a couple stories here about our Florida man. I mean, that's again, our great state has a moniker, and there's as I've been trying to find some stories a little bit more uplifting, and like last week with the guy who survived that storm surge in Fort Myers by getting inside of a refrigerator. But we if we don't think we have a mental crisis problem, just read some of the I mean, just listen to some of these stories. I mean, luckily this didn't end with a gun or somebody getting shot or whatever. But Jesus, it's still this was still pretty. This is pretty, yeah. So I don't know, yeah. Anyway, so there's our Florida man story of the week. So here's to you, Robert Hercules. We'll just go by Hercules. Here's our yeah. Our camera doesn't do it justice as much, but there to you, our Florida man of the week. There, what do you get when you cross wearing a cowboy hat and a machete? You get a naked guy wearing a cowboy hat and wearing a machete. Cheers. Maybe the Halloween costume. Maybe that'll be my Halloween costume. Well, no, that might not go over very well. I might get into trouble for that one. All right, so let's see what you all think about that story there. Okay, all I can say is crazy, dude. And Roger, yeah. Let's spill the beans. Spill the beans here. So Roger and his host Cole will be coming down to Miami next month for the Miami Rum Festival, uh, Miami Rum Renaissance Festival. And hey, guess what, Roger? This is Miami, so maybe you get to meet this guy. So that'd be a kind of bonus, anyway. So yeah, that's a kind of a crazy story there. So all right, so let's see here again. If you just joined us here, I'm going to read our question again here. What is the scariest sound you could hear in the middle of the night? There's our What the Florida question. What's the scariest sound you could hear in the middle of the night? Okay, up next is our second vanilla, or our second rum that we're going to go ahead and make some vanilla with. And so this is what you all had picked here. So this one is another Florida one product here, and we uh,
was actually our very first. Do I have any giveaway? Do I have anything to give away? Does anybody know who our very first rum guest was? We're gonna hold off. We're gonna hold off on this one here. So to see, I want somebody to at least answer that question. Well, I don't know if you could zoom in. You might not be able to see it. Damn these cameras here. So, all right. So, yeah. So, if you guys know, again, you can go Google it. You can go search it. I'll give you a little bit of time here, to get through to see if you get that answer there. I think we may have some koozies left. Do we want koozies or do we want a hat? Do we have? We got a Gubba rum hat there. So it's wicked smooth. It's wicked. All right. So, all right, you guys. Hopefully, you're looking this stuff up here. So we're gonna come back to that one there to see if you guys know who the first our first rum guest was. So, and we're gonna move on to our next one here. All right. So you all had voted too. Again, this is based on the comments there. No, 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 no. It wasn't Doc Brown. All right. So we're gonna move along to our third guest here. So again, here, our next one is going to be our smoked coconut rum here from Rock Sound Rum. They're based in Texas, in the Austin area. So again, if you do follow along, you probably saw my journey that I went out to. Let me change my screens here. You saw that I went out to they had a big celebration party in Austin at the Chive TV headquarters. So if you're not familiar with Chive, they're usually playing in the sports bars. It does all those crazy videos. It was like before TikTok was even a thing, and they had broken the record. Rocktown Rum had broken the record for the largest daiquiri made. Uh, I don't remember the number now, but anyway, so I was part of that. Part of that got my tiki mug to show it for it. So anyway, so yeah, so Rock Sound Rum, smoked coconut rum. So again, this is another guest of ours who had been on the podcast there. Joel Lakovich, also known as the cocktail scientist. He writes for Got Rum magazine as well. But there you go. So she's actually stealing some of the rum from she's stealing some of the product here that we're trying to, you know. Anyway, so yeah, let's see here. Let's see. Do we see? No, I'm reading the chats there. I know. Any Okay, I don't know, but guessing Johnny Ringo. Nope, nope. Philip, no, it wasn't Code Rum. Rocktown Rum is amazing. Oh, serious says Morris. I think Machete dude got his way so many times it was turned him into a psycho. Yeah, that's true. It's paint. Well, I've seen guys wear painted nails, so can't judge on that. All right, so yeah, so Rocktown Rum is our next vanilla that we're gonna be making here. So, again, if you're in Texas, I know they're trying to break into Florida at some point here soon. But yeah, so definitely check it out if you're in the area there, Texas, the Austin area, etc. Definitely smoke coconut, and again, you can talk about. Joel talks a lot about how they make this smoked. It's the smoked mesquite. That's the wood that they use. Mm. Yeah, you can ask Siri. I know she's had some, and I don't know if if the rest of you. I know Roger. Did you guys get any Rock Sound rum? Did they send anything up to you guys? So straight, yeah. Well, even with a little ice cube, went looking for that smoked coconut. So, Mike, where did you go looking for it? Here in Orlando or Florida, or when you were in Austin? Yeah, just let me know. I mean, I'll reach out to these folks. Yeah, especially. Oh, did you? Oh, don't forget to go to Oregon, right? So so Roger, Mike is going to try to hook up when he goes out to Oregon next time and go stop by and see John. He loves Mike is a Just Rum fan. He's huge. So okay, so we still don't have an answer on our question here. Who was the first rum guest on the podcast? What's that? Nope, I'm not giving a hint. Nope, not giving anybody hints. You guys can go. You guys go look it up. Come on. Just open up another tab on your browser or minimize the YouTube app, and then go open up your Safari app. So, huh? What, that hint? I'm cutting her off. She's already, so she doesn't know what the hell she's talking about. So anyway, so all right. So next up here, it comes in with a tie-in. It's not the answer to the first guess now, but is also another one that was commented a few times on who the one was, and we're gonna do our vanilla with some gubba. Now, I don't know what happened to the Gubba rum has two products. It does have a gold and it has a silver with infused coconut flakes. So I've got it's either somewhere in the house here or I'm gonna get another bottle, but that's the one that people talked about. So I just use this for our show purposes here. Was Gubba rum's being represented as well, and Gubba rum. There you go. So again, if you guys can tell me who was, nope, it wasn't Toby. Nope, no, it wasn't Toby. And and again, all you gotta do is just go to like your favorite podcast app and scroll all the way down. I'll tell you, I'll give you even a hint there. It was back in 2020. Okay, it was back that long ago, long time ago. Love you guys love me a long time here. All right, so again, we just have this last one to do. We're gonna go back and we're gonna go ahead and rattle off our question again here. All right, what is the scariest sound that you could hear in the middle of the night there? So again, Charlie's gonna hold it up. So no, it wasn't Toby from One Drop or Afrohead. Nope, nope. It was not them. So who? It is a Florida rum. Yes. That's another hint there too. So all right. So yeah, so hopefully again, I appreciate everybody for tuning in here tonight. Here, what I'm gonna do is while hopefully you guys are, do you guys still want to try or are you guys giving up? And I'll just move on. You tell me. You want to keep go at it again? You guys gonna have to make me go to the post office. I'm sure it's gonna mail. I'm sure it's gonna be somebody who's not local here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to, I think actually, I think everyone in the chat. I don't think there's anybody local in the chat. Yeah, I mean, Mike is probably the closest. Let's see. Total Wine in Houston and a liquor store by the hotel in Austin. Yes, love that Maple Rested. Yep. So yeah, Mike, let me know next time. Next time you go to Austin, I'll reach out to Joel and make sure give you the directions of where to go, on where to pick it up in the store. So all right. So I guess we're not giving anything away then. All right. Wah wah wah. Does nobody want a hat? Is that what it was? No, that can't be it. So all right. So yeah, Roger, picking up someone down there. Are you talking about in Austin or down in Florida? Because they don't have the rock sounds down here. But let me know. Hit me up afterwards. Maybe I'll save you some before you come down. No, it wasn't Kirk, but you're getting close there. Yeah, Kirk doesn't make rum, so Philip. But good try there. You definitely went all the way down to the bottom. Kirk, yes, Kirk was the first guest, but he wasn't the first rum guest. He wasn't a drummer either. So he's a good friend of mine that I basically dragged him along to me, and I told him, I said, "Hey, I want to start taping a podcast. Let's go and talk." And we did buy. Actually, I did actually have a bottle of rum in that episode. We drank that whole bottle. Is there a raw? Mike, have you had a raw pain or Roger? Have you had a raw pain rum? I can't seem to find it now, but it's like it's that Mexican rum, so forth. So, but you guys are close. You guys are getting close there, though. So it's definitely was in the 2020. So they some. I have a feeling. It's going to be between Philip and Siri here. I think somebody probably went to this podcast app to scroll all the way down to the the bottom of the podcast list. Now you have to start scrolling back up. So, well, I don't want to say too much now. Come on now. So, all right. So, Morris, I hope again. Thank you, Morris, for joining us here. Hopefully, you're having a good time. I know this is the usual crew that jumps in here on a Thursday night. Again, we call this Friday Eve. Get this a little started for the weekend. This is Friday's usually a nice ease back into the weekend. What do we get? Do we have a winner? No. What's that? All right, Roger. Thanks for tuning in, Roger. I appreciate it. There, we'll catch up there. Uh, remember time Juan Mendoza? No, I give up. Oh my gosh, guys. All right. Everyone's giving.
Everyone's giving up. Oh, that's right. Yeah, you guys don't. Oh, yeah. I've that's something I've got to figure out. Yeah, he was part of he was part of our end of the year uh Zoom our Zoom happy hour that was like went on for 3 hours and everybody got and drank way too much there. But yeah, so while he was hanging out there, so I no. All right. So I guess nobody's got the answer here. So all right. So all right. So our last rum that we're going to put up here um for this year's 2022. Well, you're close. You're close, Philip. You're close, Philip. What rum? What was the rum though? Oh, did I ask who the person was? Okay, all right. So I'll give it to you. All right. So our last one here is I haven't even opened this one yet. So this is Copper Bottom Wine Barreled Rum. It's 80 proof. This is a red blend. So they do a lot of different, like a lot of rum companies do different barrel aging and so forth. But this is another date, Florida company here. So that they are our first podcast, rum podcast guest that we had on back in 2020. So lots of love to Jeremy and Jenny, and definitely if you're in the Daytona area, go stop by, say hi, tell them Paul sent you from Drums and Rums. They've been very supportive of the podcast as well. Great that it's a great family there, family run business. Definitely support. That makes really really good stuff. They're whether it's barrel aged or the port or sherry or the wine or I don't know. They make a lot of good stuff. So definitely stop by. So forth. So Philip for the win. Yep. So there you go. All right, Philip. Good job, Philip. There. All right. All right. So cheers to Philip there. So looks like I'm gonna send some more stuff there out there. So yeah. So what the idea here is so we're gonna figure out here. So definitely if you're following us on social medias, we'll figure out a way. But what we're gonna do is we've got our little sample bottles. Um, and what we'll do is we'll let us know which one you'd like. So one sample bottle, it's about an ounce and a half sample bottle, and we're gonna make some vanilla extract with it. You tell us which one you want, and for $5, we'll go ahead and uh, send you one of the little bottles. And then we also have a flight, what we're gonna call it, a rum vanilla extract flight of 4 or 6 uh, samples of your choice. So now, if you want all 10, I guess we could do all 10 as well, because since we will have 10 different rums. But yeah, so this is what you'll get. So here is our little bottles. Just put it close by to the camera. And there you go. So that's just a little, it's the one of the little sample bottles there. If you want two of the same, what? Yeah, it's basically an airplane bottle. And then what's going to be really cool is we do actually have a real treat. I don't want to spill this because I want you guys to experience it when you receive it. Is there will be a drum tied to this, and have I've been talking with one of our drum manufacturers that we're going to tie a little bit of the drums and the rums part to it. So again, really cool. So yeah, so we'll get you more details on how we'll get this to you if what you're interested in order or if you're in, again, I guess $5 for what do we say? 5 for one, 3 for 15. I basically I don't know. Or what? No, three. What? I don't know, basically $5. $5, however many you want for $5 each. There we go. There you go. So, we'll throw in the free shipping. Again, it's it's uh, it's not always about the money, but um, until I can quit my day job. But uh, I need a recommendation for a rum cocktail. I shall try something new. Okay, I'm gonna let Mike have at it. I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna turn this over. I'm gonna throw the assist over to Mike here. So, Mr. Dvorak. Uh, so Morris, you will not go wrong with whatever Mike is going to recommend here. Mike is the cocktail guy. I'll tell you, you got to follow him on social media or Instagram or wherever it is, because Mike is always posting some stuff. So again, Morris, I don't know if if you're new, so go easy, Mike. Don't throw any of the Jamaican funk. Okay, that will if you're not ready for the funk, right? Charlene is not a funk. She's not there yet, but uh, go easy. Maybe a good, yeah, maybe Philip Wright. Yeah, maybe it's a good daiquiri recipe, right? And it's not a frozen daiquiri. It's the Um, yeah, regular, the OG, three ingredients, right? Three ingredients: limes, simple syrup, and your rum. That's it in your daiquiri, right? So, and I'm gonna have to probably ask Joel for another bottle here. We are making vanilla extract. We're not making vanilla extract with it. So, yeah. So help her out there. Rum old fashioned. There you go. Or mai tai. Some actually, you guys let me know. I actually have a dude with real limes. That's right, because real limes matter. Real limes matter. Okay. Yes. Yes. Lime lives matter. Limeys matter. So yeah, ask all those Brits on the boats. Um, I actually do have something cool that I'm gonna throw out there. Share. I haven't landed this yet. Haven't nailed it down. But if you listened to the podcast episode a couple weeks ago with Matt Petrick, the cocktail wonk, uh, he's 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 a fountain of so much knowledge about rum, different spirits, cocktails, like don't like history stuff. So I have asked Matt his idea about coming back on to the for the happy hour and do maybe a little cocktail demonstration. So more to come on that, but I just kind of want to share that with you guys. We'll do a little bit of a Zoom cocktail presentation there. So with Matt, but more to come on that. So definitely tune in for that going down the road there. So yeah, Matt or Pam likes mojitos. Yeah, do we still have it? Well, I don't know. We got cold. Yeah, Philip, we got cold weather down here in Florida now, so I don't know if it's killed all of our mints. Mint. Oh, we did actually have a lime. We did have one lime. We have a baby lime growing on our tree. We finally got some lime growing. So yes, so we are definitely, you know how China has its knockoff sharing no limes juice from the green plastic bottle. That's right. That's right. Real limes matter. Fresh limes matter. So yeah. So what do you got, Mike? So Sean's got rum old fashioned or mai tai, uh, daiquiris. We have also. So you're gonna get it now more. So yeah. So Sean's got some stuff there too. Sean is another a rummer. Has got a lot of good info. Mojitos are a good place to start. So I guess what do you typically I guess drink, or what do you typically like or do you enjoy? That's because some of us are working on our Rumlier certification. I know Mike's already got his certification, but as part of the trying to educate and help people learn about rum. So rum, lime, and simple syrup. That's it. There you go. Yep. So yeah, so that's a real simple one, Morris. If you want to just do rum, lime, and simple syrup. That's it. Shake it with some ice, strain it into a glass with no ice, and that's it. And it's just the three ingredients there. It's the spot. So okay, so anyway, so hopefully you guys like this idea. We're gonna make some vanilla extract with it. We got different brands or different styles. And again, there's no way that there's any affiliation with these companies other than some of them have been guests on the show. Good friends of ours. We obviously do like the products here, and yeah, looking forward to making some vanilla extract there. See, we've got our we've got our vanilla beans there. We'll start putting that stuff in the bottles this weekend, and let us know what you got there, and we'll just start making them out. So if you already know what you want, just go ahead and send me a message over on Instagram, text message if you have my number or whatever you want, and then we'll go from there. So and again, like I said, we do actually have a really cool drum tie again, and I don't want to spill the beans. Well, actually, but don't hold on. I really didn't mean to do that, but anyway, so it just kind of came out the way. I actually have a call tomorrow, Zoom call tomorrow with two past guests that I cannot wait to see how this possibly will turn out with something that we're super cool collab. I don't want to spread leak it too much, but I'm kind of really excited about a call with two of the guests tomorrow. More to come on it. Um, all I'll say is if you like the drum shelves here, there's something very similar coming soon with our uh something like that. That's all I'll say. Maybe I said too much, but anyway, yes, demo. Yes, we can definitely. There we go. So Mike's got his recipe. All right. So I don't have any limes, do I? All right. So I'm gonna do this. So again, please, everything I just said because I don't actually have any limes in the house here. So we will do Morris. We're gonna go ahead and do this. We're gonna do a demo here, but I gotta ask everybody not to chastise me. And all right, so I'm gonna need some ice. All right, yeah, I do. So okay, so we're gonna do a little demo for Morris here. Again, this is not how we should make it, Morris, but this is how we're gonna at least go through the motions, the mechanics of it. Okay. All right. Let me finish my. All right. So while we're getting some ice here for this cocktail we're gonna make, let me go ahead and do some plugs here for the show. So as I mentioned there, Jams and Coffee. Our good friend Brad Brock is the host of Jams and Coffee every day at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. So tune in here. He talks a lot about top 10 list, different stories, what's going on. He's got a live call-in number. So if you want to call him and you can talk to him, you can call in. Like I said earlier at the start of the show there, Philip and Pam and I, we're holding down the fort there. A lot of other folks joining in, tuning in. So again, it's a local show here. He does talk about other topics that are outside of just South Florida. Also, every Wednesday night, he's got a show that he does. It's a live podcast show as well. It's the Jams and Cocktails. So we got a theme going on here. So Brad is actually a full time musician, also by day, or sometimes at night, I guess. But he's a one man band. So really cool. Check him out if you're down here in Florida or any of his socials and so forth. So he's Brad and I are started working on a podcast network. So him and I are starting to do some collaboration and so forth. Also, our rum posse that I mentioned there. So yeah, I already mentioned Just Drinking. Roger was in the chats there for Just Drinking. Also part of the rum posse is Nia from My Rum Diaries there. So if you follow her, she's also one of our good friends and our content partners as well, and is also Ready Set Rum. Jami from Ready Set Rum. He drops I think reviews also every week, and also the River Pirate. So check out the River Pirate, Jason the River Pirate. He's also does a lot of reviews. He does a lot of travel reviews too. And that guy cruises all the time. I don't know how, Jason. When do you have time to? When do you work, man? You're cruising all the time, brother. Take me with you. All right, so here we go. So I gotta. All right, so let me just catch up here. Basic experiment with different. That's very true. Yeah. So Mike's making a good point there. You definitely can experiment different. That's what I think. That's what he does. He makes different spins on the what do you call it? So many twists. What's the word they use for riff? Right, the riffs. Okay. Might be a little too much. All right. A little too much. All right. Okay. What do we want to go with here? Mike, do you want to call it? You want to see what we got here? Well, it's not going to be for not going to be for you. So I'm gonna no funk. No, I'm gonna make it for you. All right, this is for Mike. This is for Mike, and this is for John over at Just Rum there. So we're going to use the maple rested here in our daiquiri. All right. So do you approve of that, Mike? Is that adequate? Let's see here. Okay. So let's see. All right. So what we've got here is we're going to shake all of this here. Like I said, I don't scold me. I know this is being videotaped, so you have proof of it. So again, after I just said this whole thing about limes, fresh limes matter. I unfortunately don't have any limes with me. So all right. So usually, as Mike mentioned there in the chat, there, what you're going to
call for is 3/4 simple syrup, an ounce of lime juice, right? So we're gonna do an ounce of lime juice. Got these pretty cool. 1 ounce. Make sure I got the right markings. Man, I can't see these things here. That's a 2 ouncer. All right, all right. So my three. All right, so Morris, this what we want to do is we want to be able to. If you have a juicer or a contraption like this, where we squish our limes in there, squeeze them out, fill up a shot glass to get your right amount. So again, we have an ounce of the lime juice. And then what we had was, Mike said we had a full ounce of the lime. Yeah, I'm sorry, simple syrup. I meant. These are brand new, unopened. I think I'm gonna get kicked out of the rum club, but for doing this, like, it isn't like there's no real faux pas about it. Again, we're just making the comment that it does make for a much more fresher drink if you're able to use fresh ingredients. But I think that really goes for anything, really. All right. Okay. I'm just going to use this to flip this over. Is it an ounce? Ounce and a half. All right. Boop. Making a mess. What? Always. All right. Now, Mike, do you have what's your shaking action going on here, right? Microphone picks it up. Where's the music? Oh, man, Sean's got a nice different take on it too. Ah, get this off last time. Yay! Then we strain. All of this, shake it up real good. There we go. Now, I know you're not going to like this. Just be careful; it's a little full. Again, you'd garnish with a lime wheel. Okay, and then enjoy. You know, the lime hits. The simple syrup hits, and then again that rum that's just bringing it all together. Now, again, most people will make it with a light rum or clear rum, silver, whatever the feel is. But really, you can make it really with any rum you want. Some of the darker rums might be a little too much, but again, as they say, rum is fun, and just enjoy what you like. Right? Try different things, like Mike said, different taste on it, and so forth. So what do I got here? So all right, so what do we got here? I choose. I can see. You choose. I can't see the bottles. Here's a fall themed rum drink, the Triche, the Trichi, the Treacle. Okay. Oops. 2 ounce dark rum, 1 ounce apple juice, Demerara syrup, 2 ounces of walnut bitters. Ooh, where do you get walnut bitters? That goes really good in rum old fashioned. Insert old joke here. I'm a limey, FYI, and I heart lime, so it's fitting. So there you go. So all right, some more. So that's all really it is. So if you got some, if you got a bar set here, just strain it into a glass. The daiquiri, which most people have learned it's been really pushed, obviously, on cruise ships and theme parks and vacation places is the frozen daiquiri and the machine and the blender, but that's not the actual daiquiri, right? It was all derived from this cocktail right here, and we did a whole podcast on the history of the daiquiri there. But yeah, three ingredients. It's super simple, and really limes don't really calorie. It's the sugar, the simple syrup. Okay, you can get a little bit of but and and most of the rums that you can get, not all rums actually have sugar in it after it's been distilled and processed. It's only stuff that's maybe added afterwards that actually has any sugar in it. It's sweet. So again, that's a big misconception about rum is not all rum is sweet and not all rum is sugary. Um, a lot of the stuff is all definitely some of the stuff you wouldn't even think it actually tastes like rum. So Fee Brothers makes it. Okay, I will definitely check that out there. What what's this drink called? This one here that I just made, Morris. This is the daiquiri. This is what they call the classic daiquiri. I mean, yeah, you can get into it. It's a certain glassware. I mean, it depends on how far you want to go down that rabbit hole and about all of this stuff here. And it's fine. You put in whatever glass. We were going to put in another glass. I just happen to have one of the daiquiri glasses here behind the bar. Um, Look, there's no rules, right? They always call the rum is the wild wild west. There's no judgment here. We're all here to have fun, have a good time, and that's what all about, right? Drums and rums. It's good times, hanging out with friends, people that you love being around. Music, right? That's a big part of it. Look, we're all at a rock concert together. We have no idea what everyone's party affiliation is. We have no idea what anything is about the person standing next to you listening to the music you're enjoying, right? We're all there to have a good time, right? So that's what it's all about. There's too much negativity in the world. Let's just all have a good time there. So yeah, so this is the daiquiri. So yeah, I think we hit everything here, right? What do we got everything. So we'll send you more information again if you guys are interested in getting some picking up some vanilla extract, maybe you bake a lot. This would be great. And trying different types of rums, whether it's a smoked coconut vanilla or a key lime or a butterscotch, or even or maybe a gift for a family member or something like that. But yeah, so we'll get more information out to you guys here. We're gonna start making this stuff, and we'll get through it here. So what do we got here? So all right, so we're gonna check out Fee Brothers there. So again, oh hold on, she told me to wait, so she must be up to something. So all right, yeah, it actually did get cold this weekend, right? Right, Mike? It got a little chilly here for us in Florida. We actually had to put socks on our when we were in our flip flops. So oh, okay, I thought you were getting something. No. We're good. Okay. So anyway, so yeah, so we definitely yeah. So we're getting here. It's October, so coming up soon here. Jeez, is that almost Halloween? Is 10 days away? 11. Oh yeah, we gotta get stuff. I gotta get my costume here. People are the costume this year is Jeffrey Dahmer because of the Netflix. That's what it is. I mean, that's how screwed up people are. All right, just remember to drink what you like, not what others think you should drink. If that makes any sense, that is perfectly said, Mike. That is perfectly said. That's it. All right, there. You'll be back with my review next time. All right, Morris. So, again, we'll be back here next Thursday unless another hurricane hits Florida. And hopefully that won't happen. But again, that's in 7 days. So, I think we would probably already know by now. But uh, anyway, so I appreciate you all for tuning in tonight. I definitely had a fun time. Again, I know it was a little bit slow for me to get back into things. I said with the hurricane that hit and my day job is a little bit involved. And working a lot of hours, really tired. But again, I like doing this. Again, I don't get a chance to play the drums much and perform. So again, I'm performing for you guys, right? And I'm hanging out with you guys. We're having a good time, um, and just that I'm thinking about it because I know Siri will be super excited about this, and Philip too, and whoever was on who was ever watching that one show. We are going to bring the bingo back. I think the bingo is going to be a new thing once a month. We'll do some of our giveaways on that, whoever our bingo winners are, and I need to get koozies too because that's an easy get. That's a everyone loves koozies, right? So we got to get some drums and rums koozies out there. But yes, the bingo stuff. All right. Thanks, Phil, up there. Things enjoyed. All right, I'll catch up with you in the morning there,
I'm glad to be accepted into your gang. Yeah, no, appreciate it. Welcome to the gang, right? I think Siri's the one running this gang actually. Siri and Mike and Sean, right? I don't know. You all are. Again, you're all hanging out here. So, all right, I definitely appreciate everybody for tuning in tonight. So, with that being said, I think that's it, right? So, have a great Friday Eve, y'all. And thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next Thursday night.